campsite with Eevee and Pikachu floating in a basket being held up in the air by balloons. I needed a new small blanket just to throw over me when I was working, because it can be pretty cold here. And I chose this one because it was so cute. And it is very soft and surprisingly warm, so I'm quite happy with it. And then the sweater that I'm wearing today is one that I also got from the Pokémon Center. It's a holiday sweater, very cozy, and I believe this sweater was in my clothes folding video. Okay, so let's jump right into doing the guide now. And we do have quite a bit left. I mean, we're right at the end, but I don't know how long this video will end up being. I guess we'll see. But I do want to push through and finish it, no matter how long it takes. Okay, we last left off here. We had just reached Celadon City, and we went to the left here, west to Route 16. Which is right here, Route 16. And this is Route 17, this longer part. And if you go through this building here, this is Route 18. You have to ride your bike when you're on this route, because it's the bike trail or bike path. And it is the only place in the game to catch this question mark Pokemon, which is Slugma. And it's also one of the only places to catch Grimer. The only other place to catch Grimer is, I believe, surfing in Celadon City. And nothing else super exciting on this route. So after going onto Route 18 and continuing to the right, you'll come out into Fuchsia City. And Fuchsia City in Gen 1 is where the Safari Zone was. But it's not available here. So there's not really much else to do here besides battling Janine. And Janine is one of my favorite gym leaders because poison is my favorite type, and there's only 3 poison gym leaders. One is Koga in Gen 1, 2 is Janine, who is only in the post-game of Gen 2, and the third is Roxy, and Roxy is only in Black 2 and White 2. So, outside of Gen 1, there hasn't been a, main 8 gym leaders that is poison type, if that makes sense. Because this one's post-game, and Roxy is, in the sequel games. So, it's weird to me that they don't do more poison gyms, because I would love to see it. But I love Janine. I love that she is Koga's daughter. I like seeing that Koga moved up from being a gym leader. She's so cool because she's a ninja. Like, how do you not like that? And her design is very nice. So yeah, I like Janine. Her gym has 4 trainers, and they have Nidoking and Nidoqueen, the full Bulbasaur line. Then this one just has an assortment. And Janine has 5 Pokemon: 2 Weezing, Ariados, Crobat, Venomoth. It's a shame they didn't give her a Muck. There weren't many poison types in Gen 2, so they probably didn't want her team to be identical to her dad's. So that's probably why they didn't give her a Muck. After battling her and getting the Soul Badge, the Route 19 path is blocked, so we will continue to the right to Route 15. these routes, you'll want to catch a Chansey, and you can trade it to this girl here to get Aerodactyl. And it's the only way to get an Aerodactyl in this game. Aerodactyl is the only fossil to appear in gold and silver, and can only be received Snorlax comes with Rest, which puts it to sleep to refill its HP, and Snore, which does damage while Snorlax is asleep. A neat little combo that makes this high HP Pokemon hard to beat. It has some interesting early moves too, but you'll need to raise a new Snorlax from an egg to get them. So then we'll go into the cave. It's this short little is, isn't it? Janine's were in the 30s, so yeah, quite a bit higher there. But they were rock types, so single good grass Pokemon could take all 5. After getting the boulder badge, we will go right to Route 3. It's a short little route. It says there's nothing to do here except catch a Jigglypuff and battle a few easy trainers. Here's the adorable Jigglypuff. I have my Jigglypuff here. Not much has changed with Jigglypuff itself, although many of its old moves have been powered up a bit in gold and silver. But like Pikachu, it can now lay an egg containing a new Pokemon, Igglybuff, that is somehow even more obnoxiously cute. Jigglypuff is so cute. How many trainers? There's 4 trainers here. And then there's the cave that leads to Mount Moon. In Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, wasn't there a Pokemon Center here? If I'm remembering correctly. And maybe even like a house. And the grass was different. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but it's been a long time since I played the original game. But I think there was. Okay, going into Mount Moon. I think that a lot of the routes in Kanto were altered. Many of them were made smaller, and a lot of the towns and everything were cut, like they cut everything down. They had a pretty cool vision of what Kanto would be like, but it didn't quite, it wasn't completely fleshed out. So I almost wish they had just done more to enhance the base game and not at the post game. But at the same time, the post game stuff is really cool, especially the continuity between Gen 1 and 2. So there's pros and cons. Okay, so we are in Mount Moon now. I believe you enter right here, and you are immediately attacked by your rival. This is the last forced battle with your rival, but it should be one of the easiest. His Pokemon are all in the low 40s and are nothing a strong, well-prepared party can't handle. Note his cool new final battle pose. Does he look cool? So he has a level 41 Sneasel, level 45 starter Pokemon, level 41 Magneton, level 42 Golbat, level 43 Gengar, and level 43 Alakazam. Does Golbat evolve through friendship? I think it's through friendship. So is that to imply that he was a not so friendly So now we're gonna go back. We're gonna backtrack a bit and go to Viridian City. And to get there, we're going to need to go south from Route 2. So if you fly back to Pewter City and go south to Route 2, all the way down, we get to Viridian City. Right here. And this is the gym here, but the gym leader is gone. And it was Giovanni in Gen 1, but Giovanni's no longer the gym leader. So you have to find the new gym leader. This guy over here will give you TM42 Dream Eater. If you surf over to him or use Gut. And the one-on-one trainer house. This is kind of a neat feature. Let's see. This new Viridian City fixture allows you to battle a visiting trainer once a day. Don't be surprised if this visiting trainer is someone you know. The game swipes the name and Pokemon roster of the last person you used the mystery gift with. Imagine someone out there could be fighting you and your Pokemon right this very minute. How disturbing. If you haven't ever used the mystery gift option, you'll end up battling the guy on the left. So this guy, Kel, who has a Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr, all of which are level 50. And the mystery gift worked different back in the day. I think it explained it in the very beginning. Yeah, right here it explains mystery gift. If you go to Goldenrod City, go to the 5th floor of the department store, find a friend who is also there. There's a mystery gift option. Place the infrared sensors of the Game Boy Color within a few inches and choose mystery gift. And you'll receive an item selected randomly from the mystery gift list. You can do this with the same friend each day, but only once per day. Or with different friends up to 5 times a day. Many of the items you'll get this way are decorations that you can use to customize your character's room, like the dolls shown here. But you can also get valuable items like elemental stones. So yeah, quite a bit different than it is now. But pretty neat, and I like the decorations. I thought that decorating your room was one of like the coolest things. I really enjoyed decorating my secret base in Ruby and Sapphire, and it's a shame that they haven't kept that in the more recent games, because I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is the one-on-one trainer house. And otherwise, we're gonna go south here to Route 1. And there are 2 trainers that you can battle here. Few Pokemon, but nothing special. So just continue second round, but a quick check of his room reveals he's upgraded to an N64. Nice. Alright, and then from there we're gonna surf onto Route 21. And this is Route 21 here. There are 3 trainers to battle. There's these question mark Pokemon that are Chinchou and Lantern. And at point B, you can find the gym leader of Viridian City. The Viridian City gym leader is Blue. After talking here, he'll move back to the gym where you can find him after beating Blaine. And you can catch Wild Mr. Mime here. Instead of having to buy it at the game corner. So this is much more convenient to just catch one here. And then there's also Tangela, very common. And if we continue on to the right onto Route 20. So this is Route 20 right here. I think it ends here. And Route 20 has 3 more trainers to battle. And then this is Route 19. There's 4 trainers that you can battle. And you can keep going up to Fuchsia City, which is where we were just earlier. At the start of the video, we went over to Fuchsia, and this path was blocked, but now it's open. So one of the things, other than battling trainers, is you can stop here and battle Blaine. Get the volcano badge. He has no other trainers. He doesn't even have a real gym. And he only has 3 Pokemon. A level 45 Magcargo, level 50 Rapidash, and level 45 Magmar. Kinda like the anime. You battle him in, or Ash battles him in a volcano, and he has a Magmar. After you battle Blaine, you can go back to Viridian City. You can just fly there, but that was right here, remember? And now we can battle the gym leader. distinctly remember this location. Like it's tied to Nidoran in my brain. Anyways, there's just a few Pokemon here, but otherwise the path is clear, and we will continue on up into Mount Silver. It says you've been just about everywhere on the map, but your quest isn't over yet. Speak to Professor Oak. Oh yes, go back to Pallet Town. Talk to Oak. He'll tell you of a location that isn't on the map, Mount Silver. You can get there from the crossroad between Route 26 and Victory Road. To get back there quickly and easily, just head west from Viridian City, cut through Route 22. Okay, so we can cut through here. And that will take us out here to the base of Mount Silver, Route 28. In this building, you can get TM47 Steel Wing. There's a hidden rare candy right here. And some interesting Pokemon that you can catch. This one is Ursaring, I believe. And this is also where you can catch Sneasel for the first time. It's pretty, it's simultaneously cool to still see new Pokemon this late in the game, but it's kind of lame that you can't get one until now. Like, there's only one more major battle. It's kind of late to be getting a new Pokemon. As this nocturnal creature is one of your rival's favorite Pokemon, you've been on the wrong end of Sneasel's claws many times, so you know it's quick, but that its special attack is lacking. Sneasel's part ice and part dark, but doesn't get any ice attacks, and its dark attacks are fairly weak. I like Sneasel, but I think I actually prefer the Hisuian form. And probably an unpopular opinion, but I like Sneasler more than Weavile. Okay, so we're gonna go into Mount Silver now. And let's see, there's some rare Pokemon here and mundane items. It's a pretty straightforward cave. These pictures are dark, so it's kind of hard to see. A few items to grab, but mostly you'll go up to A, then you'll use surf and go to C, so you can get this item, and then you'll go across to D, get this item, and then go into B for the final battle. But there's some Pokemon you can catch here So you'll use a repel, and you want to use a Pokemon that's under level 40 but higher level than the wild Pokemon in the area. That will make it to where you'll encounter these ones instead of wild Pokemon. Then the other thing is that they use Roar, so you'll finally encounter them, but then they use Roar and they escape. So you'll want to try to put them to sleep, and then make sure not to knock them out, because if you knock them out, then they're gone forever. And any damage you deal to them will stay even after they run away. The next time you encounter them, they will still have damage. The damage you've already done will not heal before you fight it again. So they can take quite some time to find. Next, it goes over how to get the new evolutions. They both just evolve based on friendship level. Espeon during the day, Umbreon at night. And it also explains that it's easy to get more Eevee so that you can get all of the evolutions. Umbreon doesn't learn many dark type attacks, only Faint Attack at level 36. Really? It only learned one dark attack. That's probably why they gave Red and Espeon instead. Okay, and it goes over the baby Pokemon and how to get the new baby forms and which new baby Pokemon there are. There are 8 total babies. And you get Togepi and Tyrogue in the story or like throughout the game. The other 6 you have to breed to get. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the mother, so the female, has to be the one that has the baby form, unless you're using a Ditto. I think something like that. But there's obviously Pichu, Smoochum, Cleffa, Elekid, Igglybuff, Tyrogue, Magby, and Togepi. Which of the original baby forms is your favorite? I think mine is Cleffa. It's very simple, very cute, looks a lot like Clefairy. Like you can tell they're the same. Keeps the star shape. Very cute. Okay, next it goes over the various evolution stones and where to get them. And it says that there's not enough to evolve every Pokemon that needs them. But you can get sunstones from the bug catching contest, moonstones this part, it goes over the Pokemon that you have to get using Headbutt on trees. There are 3 of them: Apom, Heracross, and Pineco. Just another reminder of that mechanic. I think it mentioned it earlier in the book, but this is just a reminder. And then these are some of the rarer Pokemon, the ones that have really low odds. But if you talk to these specific people and register their phone numbers, they'll let you know when there are outbreaks of these Pokemon to have slightly higher catching rates. I also feel like they kind of gave up on formatting at this point. Like, this text doesn't even fit in the box. This one doesn't either. You can see that just cuts off at the bottom of the page. This is another helpful reminder of Pokemon that evolve using specific items. It tells you what item they need and how to do it, like trading. Looks like they're all trading. But remember, this one is wrong. It's Slowking evolves from Slowpoke, not Slowbro. It's a split. So this one is wrong. And these are the Pokemon that evolve by leveling up friendship. So Togepi to Togetic, Golbat to Crobat, Chansey to Blissey, Eevee into Espeon and Umbreon. And then these babies evolve by friendship. So Cleffa, Igglybuff, and Pichu. And this explains how Tyrogue evolves based on the stats. And it reminds you that if you want all 3, you'll have to breed your you can't breed Tyrogue because you can't breed baby Pokemon. So you have to evolve it first and then breed it, and you'll have to use a Ditto because these are all male only Pokemon. Okay, these are the Pokemon that can't be caught in Gold or Silver, so you'd have to transfer them over from Red, Blue, or Yellow. These were the answers to the Ruins of Elf. I think we looked at these back then, so we'll go over that again. This is explaining why sometimes Pokemon have items, because held items were a new mechanic in the Gen 2 games. So this just explains that a bit more about how wild Pokemon sometimes have the chance to have items, and that some are specific to certain Pokemon, like Chansey, Farfetch'd, and Marowak have special items. Like Chansey's egg, Farfetch'd this is the only way to get TM9, which is Psych Up. But yeah, there's like other Pokemon that may have Ice Punch and Lucky Punch, Metal Powder, and various other items. So that's kind of a neat thing. I've actually rarely ever transferred Pokemon from one gen to another. So I don't know if this is like something that they've kept or not. I would doubt it. I thought this was cool though. If you beat Pokemon Stadium, make sure to import whichever Pokemon you want as prizes in that game. The possible prizes are Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Eevee, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Kabuto, Ammonite, and the Amnesia Psyduck. They'll come with cool surprise decorations for your room. So that's cool that you can transfer those special Pokemon in, and that they come with decorations for your room. Which, like I said, is really cool. Alright, the last bit here are the various attacks. So these are all of the moves in the game. And it just lists all of the basic information. But something that I thought was fun is they put these little indicators for if it's a new move, if it has changed, if they changed the type, if it was powered up or weakened. You know, they just, they tried to list all of those sorts of things. And these are all in here alphabetically. And I'm pretty sure that some of these moves have probably changed over the years, so it's probably not accurate anymore, at least not completely. But like one of the things here, Bite, new type, because Bite in Gen 1 was a normal type move, and they changed it to dark type. So, rock throw accuracy was increased. Why aren't there more rock attacks with 100% accuracy? They're all like 90 or lower. I don't get it. Wing attack was powered up. Wonder how low the power was in Gen 1. Appendix B lists the HMs, 7 of them in total. And it lists where you get each of them and what effect they have. Um,